The first step to send inventory into the Amazon warehouses is to go to sell.amazon.com and click sign up for your Amazon account. After you sign up for your Amazon seller account, you're going to need to add the product that you want to send into the Amazon warehouses into your inventory right here. And to do that, you're going to go to catalog and click on add products. And if you're going to try to send in a product into the Amazon warehouse that's already being sold on Amazon, you're going to type in the name of that product here. If the product you're looking to sell on Amazon is not currently being sold on Amazon, you'll click on this link right here. Amazon will then ask you to fill out some information about your product. And once you're done with that process, if you go to your inventory and then manage all inventory, you will see that product right here in your inventory. No pro tip here, you may have to wait up to 15 minutes because it can take a little bit of time for Amazon to process through the information that you give it. Make sure to like this video because I'm going to be sharing with you all of my secrets that I use for when shipping inventory into Amazon to save a lot of time and money. We've been doing an entire series of videos on this YouTube channel documenting every step of the process of starting this business. So make sure to subscribe because in my next video, I'm going to share with you how we plan on launching this product so that we can get it to #1 on Amazon. And I'm going to explain to you step by step on how we actually send over one batch of this product into the Amazon warehouse. But one important thing that I want to note is that when you're adding a product into Amazon, you don't need to have your Amazon listing perfect. You just need to create a basic listing. It's a good enough listing that we could use it to send in the inventory into the Amazon warehouse, and then we can fix it up in the meantime. As we'll talk about in a second, this process will take a couple of weeks. And you don't need to worry about creating your own listing if you're selling a product that's already being sold on Amazon. But if you're looking to sell on Amazon so that you can create a legitimate passive income business, I don't recommend selling products that are already being sold on Amazon. I recommend creating a unique product instead, ideally a passion product, which is what we teach on this channel. But once you're ready to send in your inventory, you're going to click here and you're going to click send/replenish inventory. And warning, there are 5 mistakes that people make when trying to send in inventory to the Amazon warehouses that ends up costing them thousands of dollars. And the first mistake that you need to avoid when sending in inventory into the Amazon warehouse is to make sure that the ship from address is correct. And if you have the wrong ship from address, you can click here and click ship from another address and put in the address of the place that you're actually looking to ship from. A lot of times people make the mistake of putting the ship from address as their home address when in fact they're shipping products from their manufacturer straight into Amazon. And that's what we actually did with carnivore jerky. We had the manufacturer send in one batch that finished first so that we could get it up on Amazon quicker. The next step is to make sure that you're sending in the right product. You can look here at the SKU number, and the SKU stands for stock keeping unit. This is just a number that you assign to your product. There's also the ASIN number here, and the ASIN number stands for Amazon Standard Identification Number. Every single product on Amazon has a unique ASIN number, and you'll want to make sure that this ASIN number is correct. If it is the correct product, it should be the correct ASIN number. But the next thing you're going to do is go over here and put in the packing details. Now, since we've already sent in inventory into the Amazon warehouse, we already have these templates here and we can just use the templates. But let me show you how to create a new template. If this is your first time doing it, you're going to click on Create New Case Pack Template. You're then going to put in a name for this template. I'm just going to call this 150 tests. And then you're going to go ahead and put in how many units of your product is going to be put into every single box. And then we put some pouches of carnivore jerky into every box that we're sending into Amazon. But I'm going to put the number of pouches here. Then you're going to measure the box and put the box dimensions. You're also going to weigh the box with all the units in the box and tape and everything on the box to see how much it weighs. You're then going to look at the prep category, and for most products, there's no prep needed. But click on this and just look to see if there's anything special about your product. For instance, is it an adult item? Is it baby products? Is it fragile or made of glass? Are there liquids anywhere where Amazon might need to know that there's more prep needed? For us, there's no prep needed, so we're just going to save that. And the last thing we're going to go ahead and do is select who labels the units. I recommend always for you to do the labels yourself. Do not have Amazon label the units because they're going to charge you 50 cents per unit, and we actually have a big horror story with Amazon incorrectly labeling our units and putting the wrong product on there. Labeling your units just means you're adding on your UPC or FNN SKU barcode to every single unit that you're going to be selling. And you add the barcode on as a sticker. If you go here, you can just print your SKU labels. You can put on how many units you need labels for. For instance, let's say we needed 30, and then we'll click on print, and you'll get a paper that looks like this with a bunch of different barcodes. And you can pretty easily buy sticker paper and you can put into any printer. Print out those labels and just slap them on your product. Or if you don't want to do all this work yourself, you could always ask your manufacturer to do it and they'll do it for a small fee. But what I actually recommend doing if you're selling your own unique product is to just print the barcode right onto the packaging of your product. And this is what we did for carnivore jerky. It saves us time and money because we don't have to deal with printing out and buying sticker paper and labeling every single unit. All our packaging will already have the barcode on it. You'll then tell Amazon how many boxes you're looking to send in. And right now, Amazon's limiting it, so you can only send in 1,000 units if this is your first time selling the product. Otherwise, the number will be dictated by your monthly sale volume. Once you start getting some sales volume, they'll up that number so that in the future, you can send in more inventory at once into the Amazon warehouse. You can then click on Ready to Send and then click on Confirm and Continue. You'll then tell Amazon the date on when you plan on shipping out this product so that they'll know when to expect to receive it. And here's the second mistake that people make when sending products into the Amazon warehouse, and that's clicking on the small parcel delivery when in fact they're sending a large volume. Sometimes it makes sense to send in a less than truckload shipment, and then you'll select less than truckload if you're planning on sending in an entire pallet of your product. Less than truckload means it's not an entire truckload of a product, it's just one pallet. Where on the other hand, small parcel delivery is if you're just sending in a few boxes or less than a pallet. And if you're using small parcel delivery and just sending in a few boxes, you can wrap up those boxes and just drop them off at UPS, and UPS will ship them into the Amazon warehouse for you. I'll explain in more depth how this works later in this video. If you do select less than truckload, a truck will come to your house or to your warehouse and pick up the products for you. Amazon has now added in where they have a distribution fee that you won't have to pay if you send in to at least 5 locations across the country. You pay a smaller fee if it's just 2 locations, and you'll pay a full distribution fee if you only send into 1 location. We ended up going with the small parcel delivery as we wanted to get our product up on Amazon quickly and also do a small test run. Luckily, we worked with a manufacturer that let us do a small quantity so that we could test this product up on Amazon without doing a massive run to start out. You're then going to scroll down and check out this information. It's going to tell you what the weight is of the different parcels that you're going to be sending in. And it's also going to give you a price. And because Amazon has a relationship with UPS, you get the advantage of discounted shipping rates. If you were to try to send these boxes in yourself or somewhere else using UPS, it would cost you hundreds of dollars more. Now that being said, UPS is the default carrier. But if you want to use a non-Amazon partnered carrier, you can select whatever you want to use, like FedEx, DHL, or even USPS. But let me tell you right now, it's almost always going to be more expensive, so I don't recommend doing that unless you really have to. The next step is to click on Accept Charges and Confirm Shipping. The next step is to print out the box labels. Every box that has your units in that you're sending into Amazon, you'll need to print and put 2 different labels on those boxes. One with the shipping label and one that shows the contents of the box for the warehouse's reference purposes. And to get those labels, you're going to click right here and you're going to click on print. We're doing 6 boxes, so there's going to be 12 different stickers. And as I mentioned, there's 2 stickers for every box. The first one we're going to look at here is going to have the ship from and the ship to address. And this is for Amazon to be able to track your package. As soon as your package gets into the Amazon warehouse, they're going to scan this and they're going to let you know that they've received the box. You need to make sure that you leave this label uncovered because if Amazon can't scan this, they're not going to know that it's your product and it's going to get lost. The second label that you're going to print out and attach to your box is the UPS label. And again, here, you want to make sure that the ship to and the ship from address are correct. UPS will use this label to make sure that it gets to the correct destination. Another thing that you want to check is make sure that the SKU number here matches the SKU of the products that you want to send it to Amazon. And that is another mistake that people make. They don't double check all the stickers and everything is correct. On top of that, you'll want to make sure that the shipping weight is correct, because if this label says a different weight than what you're planning on shipping, it's going to cause issues. And that may mean that you made a mistake earlier on in the process. From there, you're going to box up your products that you want to send into the Amazon warehouse. You can usually just use the boxes that your manufacturer put your products in. But if for any reason you don't have a box, you can go to Home Depot, Walmart, or even buy some boxes off of Amazon, or my personal favorite place to buy boxes from, uline.com. And the fourth mistake that I made sure to avoid, and that you should avoid as well, is that when sending your products into Amazon, one of the secrets to saving a lot of money when shipping is try to put as many of your units in a box as possible. Because the more boxes that you have to send into the warehouse, the more money that you're going to pay in shipping. Now, you do need to make sure that the box stays under 50 pounds. If you try to ship a box into the Amazon warehouse that weighs over 50 pounds, it's going to cause a lot of issues, and I don't recommend doing it unless you absolutely need to. Amazon also has regulations on how big the box size can be, and we actually ran into this issue when sending in carnivore jerky. The manufacturer boxes were slightly too big, and we had to repackage into smaller ones in order to make this work. And those dimensions that you want to make sure that your box is under is 25 by 25 by 25. Basically, you want to make sure that no side of your box is over 25 inches. In our case, the manufacturer's box is around 27 inches on one side, which meant we couldn't use it to send in the product. And the fifth and final mistake that people make when sending in inventory to the Amazon warehouses that costs them a lot of money is they don't follow up. They don't see the details. They don't look at the status of the shipment. To see the status of your shipment, you can go to Manage FBA Shipments, and if you scroll down, you can see here that we sent in these units and it says they're still receiving it. So we're going to click on Track Shipment, and you can go here and you can see exactly where your shipment is in the process. You can see that we created the shipment here. It was in transit here. It was delivered to the Amazon warehouses at this date. It was checked in, it started being received, and technically it's still in the receiving process, even though Amazon does say that they have received all units. And it does say here that Amazon will confirm all the units in the shipment, which is more than a month after they initially received it at their warehouse, which is another thing to note. If you're looking to start selling a product, you want to send in that product into Amazon warehouse weeks, if not a month, before you're actually going to sell it. Because sometimes it does take time to receive all of your units and to get it ready so that you can start selling on Amazon. If you're looking to start selling on Amazon, in this series, we're going through every single step of launching our product, Carnivore Jerky, on Amazon in 2025. It's going to break it down. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and check out this playlist so you can follow along and learn how you can do all these steps yourself. So click here. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.